Welcome to episode 35 of The Truth Will Set You Free, the Edenic Hands, Acts of Living Prayer. Introduction. The hands of Eden remember the first blessing. Your hands were never just tools. They were sacred instruments of creation, healing, and blessing. In Eden, the hands were luminous extensions of the heart flame. They moved not out of survival, but out of living prayer. Conscious acts of service woven from divine intent. The Edenic hands were not conditioned to strive or grasp. They did not hustle or hoard. They gave as they received, effortlessly. Every gesture was encoded with presence, every movement a ripple in the field of love. In this episode, we reawaken the crysted template of the Edenic hands, restoring the remembrance that every act can become a transmission of grace. We will walk the spiral from innocence to distortion and back to Eden again. And when we do, we will remember. You are not here to get things done. You are here to become the prayer. Segment 1. The original function of the hands. Before the fall, your hands were radiant conductors of oversoul light. Every cell glowed with the memory of the first touch, the breath of prime creator flowing through your fingers. Your hands were encoded with radiant light circuits that mirrored the oversoul's frequency. Each finger corresponds to a planetary tone and elemental frequency: fire, water, air, earth, air, ether. In Eden, touch was an activation, not depletion, a living connection. The index finger channeled divine will. The middle finger anchored a law and order. The ring finger harmonized love and relationship. The pinky aligned communication and the nervous system. The thumb, the great integrator, activated unity. To lay hands upon another was to reawaken what was dormant. You didn't heal them, you just reminded them they were never broken. In the beginning, to lay hands upon another was to remind them of their divinity. Your Edenic hands still remember this. The light circuits are not gone, they're only dormant. Segment 2, the corruption of touch and the wounds of doing. With the fall came the fracture. The body was no longer trusted, and the hands, once radiant, became agents of survival. Post-fall, the hands became distorted into tools of labor, control, and harm. Trauma encoded into the palms caused the severing of service and spirit. Many light workers carry hand karma, fear of being too much, not enough, or harming others. The hand became weaponized, grasping, taking, building without soul, reaching without listening. Light workers often fear using their hands now, afraid of causing harm or of being rejected. Some overgive and others shut down. The sacred must be restored. We must heal the doing wound, the belief that our worth is in our output. And I know there's many of us, my son's one of them, who struggles with the concept of I am what I do for others, or how I show up, or there's some kind of conditional thing there that he feels, which I know a lot of individuals do. That you're only worthy if you're doing. I think society as a whole is very much conditioned to think that people are only worthy if they're productive, right? And when you take survival out of the equation, if you didn't have to work in order to make money to survive, if you were able to just take care of yourself and anything that was a necessity was provided. So if you took out the need to work for survival means, and I just hit a wall for a second there about where I was going with that. Yes, if we took out the consumerism as well, we would also fix the situation of needing to have all of these things out there. Think about if we went to simpler space of time or a different environment, a different way of living, and you didn't have to work for survival. You could just take care of yourself. So cooking a home cooked meal with fresh ingredients and tending to a garden and interacting with your children and having a connected and loving relationship and spending time with community and doing something that you love, those things would be easy. That's how you would just live, because you wouldn't have to live and go to work to create things for people to buy so that they can occupy themselves, so that you work and then everybody's paying for things and consuming things and taxes and everything else. But the structure of society, if it was changed, imagine if you didn't work because you felt like or you didn't show up because you felt like you had to do so in order to be worthy. If you realized or could recognize that you are worthy sheerly just because you are a human. You are worthy because you are a soul. And that's it. You're a being. And everything has worth. The trees have worth, the grass, everything has worth. So what must return to embodied transmission? We must return to embodied transmission, not performance. So we need to be embodying things. It's not just about talking the ascension game or doing ayahuasca and coming out the other side and then returning to the traditional ways that you've been living. Like, there has to be that you work through the shadow aspects and come to wholeness. And remembering the truth and then living that embodied way. And that's manifestation as well, is living it in living that embodiment of the thoughts that you have. So or your belief systems, your vision, you have to have all of those in alignment. And when you're in alignment and you're living according to the way that we're supposed to be living, things align for you in a much better way. And I know that we can't completely step out of society yet, but it will come eventually. So what to do if what if your to-do list became a to bless list? Okay, think about that. How would that change? How would you change your life to not have a to-do list, but to have a to bless list? So the hands are not wrong. They are remembering. They need truth, not shame, and grace, not guilt. Segment 3, the return of living prayer. Living prayer is not performance or submission. It is a frequency field that infuses every gesture with soul. Acts of daily life become offerings: cooking, touching, holding, writing, creating. Imagine reaching out to your loved one with the living prayer, with consciously reaching out with that love in your hand to share that energetically and physically with your partner, right? In that stuff, cooking with love and with intention and with reverence for the ingredients, right? Cooking in that kind of way, right? That's living prayer. That's living in the divinity of who and what you are. So all of these things become offerings. It's offering to you, it's offering to the earth, it's offering to the people that are around you, it's offering to nature. It's beautiful. So this is the Edenic way. You don't wash the dishes, you cleanse the temple. You don't write emails, you transmit the voice of soul. You don't rub shoulders, you remember oneness. Every movement becomes medicine and every act becomes a bridge. Simple practices that you can do. You can anoint the hands with oils or crystal water. You can whisper prayers of truth into your palms before touching others. And you can let your hands rest on your heart, remembering their Edenic origin. I let every act be holy. I let my hands remember. Let this not just be a concept, but a way of life. It's the embodiment. It's the pathway that we have to take. We have to embody the truth and live it every day. Closing. The blessing that walks with you. Your hands are awakening. You're not just here to do, you are here to transmit. You are a living prayer, a walking act of grace. Every embrace, every creation, every word typed or tear wiped, these are the prayers the world has been waiting for. Let your Edenic hands rise. Let them remember the temple they build with every breath. And let your service no longer be effort, but ecstasy. I am a blessing in motion. My hands carry Eden. So repeat that after me. Okay. I am a blessing in motion. My hands carry Eden. And just give me 1 second. I'm going to check and see what I'm going to do the next episode on. So hold on 1 second. Next time on The Truth Will Set You Free, episode 36, The Garden Was Never Lost, Reclaiming the Edenic Field. What if Eden was never a place you were cast out of, but a frequency you stopped remembering? In episode 36, we return to the Edenic field, not as a myth or memory, but as a living dimensional space encoded within your oversoul. You never lost Eden. You only forgot how to tune in to its frequency. We'll explore the truth about the Edenic realm, what it actually was and still is, how Eden exists now as a vibrational zone of divine coherence within Gaia's multidimensional layers, why returning to Eden is not regression, it is Christic progression, how you can walk to Eden or walk Eden, there we go, how you can walk Eden back into the world through remembrance, prayer, and embodiment. Because Eden is not behind you, it is ahead and within you. The gates to Eden were never locked, only your memory was. I'll see you next time, right here on The Truth Will Set You Free.